This is the plaintiff, Samantha Lesnowitz. She says she and her ex-boyfriend, the defendant, got a dog named Daisy when they were together. While the defendant has Daisy and refuses to give her back. The defendant is toxic, and it makes her sick and very sad to think of Daisy living with him because he's aggressive with her, and she's in fear he'll do something to harm her. She's suing for $500 or the return of her dog. This is the defendant, Matthew. He says he drove to the local pound and saved Daisy's life because she was going to be put to sleep. The dog is his dog, and that's why he has her. If the plaintiff wants a dog now because she's lonely, she can go to the pound and save her own dog. But for goodness sakes, leave him alone. He's accused of creating a doggy dilemma. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,454.06 for gas, lost wages, and medical bills.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. How do I pronounce your last name?
Lesnevich.
Okay. Samantha Lesnevich, you are suing Matthew. You've asked to be referred to only as Matthew for $500 or the return of your dog that you say he is wrongfully withholding. You are counterclaiming against her $3,154.06 for physical harm that you say she did to you, tearing your knee? Okay. Talk to me, you first. What's going on?
We had bought we actually didn't buy our dog, and he did not go to the pound to get her. We had found her on Craigslist for free because we didn't want to purchase a dog. How
long were you dating?
We were dating for 3 years.
Total?
Total.
Okay. How long were you dating before you decided that you would bring a dog into the picture?
About a year and a half, and we started dating December of 2012. In February of 2014, we had lost a baby. In June of 2014 was my birthday. Sorry. That's okay, thank you. It was my birthday, and Daisy was actually a gift for me, but that's
for your birthday?
For my birthday, and it was our dog.
What, is it for her birthday?
It was not for her birthday.
Was it a consolation prize because she lost the baby?
It was kind of like hopefully it would make her feel a little better just having something around the house that was...
So why do you get to keep it then? Because it sounds like it was a joint thing.
No, I buy the dog food. I pick up the dog poop. I pick up everything.
I don't think the dog belongs to whoever picks up the poop and exclusively to the poop picker-upper. I don't think that's how... I still haven't seen that measure of ownership in any legal book I've written.
She's my dog, and any time that it...
Who is a lady waving her hand while you're trying to talk?
This is my mother.
Oh, seriously? How old are you?
22.
Tell your mother to wait a second because you're talking.
Wait a
okay,
second.
go ahead.
I get confused, so I'm...
Okay.
It's hard for me to even... I never expected this. She's just been my dog, and anytime, anything, she's also always said, well, that's Matthew's dog, so...
Who has she said that to? Because you guys got the dog when you were together, and then...
She said that to my mom. It was my dog from the beginning. The dog cage came from my mom. The dog food, the container came from my mom.
Who has possession of the dog right now? Okay. And how did he get possession of the dog?
I actually have a restraining order on him because he came home extremely belligerent, drunk, and he was screaming at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. We have neighbors with kids. And I just give him, he's like, give me my dog. I had to literally bribe her from underneath my bed. I've never seen her hide underneath my bed. I had to bribe her with going potty to get her downstairs to give her to Matt, just to appease him and calm the chaos a little bit.
This was when? When did all this happen?
The 15th, but at 3 o'clock in the morning, December. Because that's when I got this happened Sunday night, Monday morning, and I got the restraining order Monday afternoon.
Okay. So you get the restraining order. He's got the dog. Tell me the circumstances under which he gets the dog.
He's just screaming, asking for the dog.
So why did you give him the dog? You gave him the dog because you wanted to shut him up because he was making such a scene?
Yeah, it was 3 o'clock in the morning.
When did you file for return of the... When did you say to him, I want my dog back?
I filed this case the 16th or 17th.
Of December?
Of December, because
So right away.
It was in the restraining order, and it had a check mark off if there was any animal threat or abuse, and I do have this threatening his
show me
leg.
the animal threat.
Can I also say while you're reading that when you're in a relationship, and believe me, it's both sides. It is. And when you're in a bad relationship, you can say things and be in a very depressed mood and anything like that.
Your ring is on the ground at the gas station, you whore. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm
First
taking
time he
Daisy
ever
down
called me
with
fat.
me. I hope you know this is on you. Is that the basis of your animal cruelty? I text when he's upset at 5:40 in the morning. That's it? Have you ever seen him be cruel to that animal?
Absolutely. And I
Talk
have
to me about it. What have you seen?
I have notarized letters from my family members of
But
him literally throwing the dog in the cage, grabbing her by only the skin of the neck. Even though she's a small dog, she still has a decent amount of weight on her to where you should not hold her like this. I have my mother as a witness. I have a lot of letters. If he gets angry, he would pick her up and squeeze her as she whimpered.
Did you, at any point in time in your life, call animal cruelty people and file a complaint, or the police and file a complaint?
I don't want to ruin his life. I don't want to.
Well, but here's the problem. There could be two reasons why you didn't do it. One possible reason is you don't want to ruin his life. The other possible reason is it didn't happen. And you're saying this now because you want the dog back.
No,
Those
absolutely.
are the two possible reasons. And as a judge, I've got to discern which is the reason. I'm going to assume that your mom's going to testify for you, and your mom is going to testify for you.
Absolutely.
And they're both your moms. That's what I'm going to kind of assume. But where are you living right now?
I'm living.
I don't mean the address. I mean, are you living with your mom? Or are you living with a friend?
No, I'm living at my dad's right now.
And at that statement, I've seen his stepmother grab the dog up, just like I was telling you what Matthew had done. They're very violent. If I had tried to kick him out, he would just plead to me, where am I going to go? I'm going to go to my dad's house. I'm going to have to get a lock on her cage so nobody messes with Daisy.
Did you say that to her?
We have 3 other dogs in the house. They don't really want another one there, but
So
she
what's
deals
your game
with
plan
it.
here? What are you going to do?
I mean, I'm home all the time. I see Daisy all the time.
Well, why don't you get a job and not be home all the time? So what's your game
I
plan
understand that.
how you're going to get your life together
I was kicked
now
in the knee by
so that you can
her,
move on?
and I couldn't get a job.
Okay.
So I had surgery, and I'm
You
still...
were what? Say that again.
I was kicked in the knee by her, and she tore my meniscus, and so I
Okay,
was
so
not
now
able
let's get to your
work.
counterclaim against her, which is for $3,154.06. Because according to you, she attacked you. Tell me about it.
Yes.
When did that happen?
Well, she was wanting children again. She was having a emotional situation. I came home from lunch. I'm not sure what was going on. Nothing was right. Everything I was doing was wrong. It didn't matter what I did. And then next thing you know, she's talking to me about how she wants to have children, and either way, she starts crying. I go to give her a hug. Next thing you know, I'm kicked in the knee twice, actually. Very hard.
Okay, and what happened?
And it hurt so bad. I dropped to the ground, started crying, and I was actually screaming. It hurt so bad.
And then that ended up tearing your knee?
Yes.
Did you go to the hospital?
Yes. We went later because
Well, how much later?
Like days later, a week later.
The next day.
The next day,
You
actually.
started a new job.
Yes, I had
so
just started.
Do you
so
have
I
the
didn't.
records from going to the hospital on December 1st? May I see them? The December 1st medical record.
I had also just started a new job.
That
so
was just a urgent care?
Yeah, let
Yes.
me see that.
Yeah, I don't have the urgent care one here.
Well, that would be good because then I know
But I
he
have
actually
the
sought
December-
medical care before the guys broke up, and now this
I
posturing
have
is going on.
the December 4th record from
That'll
the
do.
doctor.
Let me see that
Okay.
because that's before they break up or before the final
The
straw.
doctor wrote a letter.
Let me see.
Yes.
What do you say happened?
After we lost a baby, he said, wait. I waited 2 years. It was a long time. And I just need to fill that void.
Babies, let me just explain something to you. As a mother of 3 children, they're not fulfilling a void.
I know,
You need to
and
be
that's why
ready.
I'm waiting.
You need to be ready because they're just going to be a huge disappointment to you if you think they fill a void. Okay? They don't. They suck the life out of you.
Yeah.
So when you make a decision like that, it has to be with the right person in a committed relationship, whatever you call that, and you need to know that they are not fulfilling a void. They are not a pet.
I know.
Okay? They are vampires. Okay? I love my children,
Right.
but you will be a terrible mother if you don't get and you're not prepared to be completely selfless. All right. go
I
ahead.
totally understand, and that's why I don't have kids yet, and I waited.
Well, because he said no. What if he had said yes? Go ahead.
True. Anyways, that day I didn't tell him I was mad at him because he didn't want to have children with me. I was telling him, please don't come, and I told him this before I even started talking to him. I said, please don't come by me. I'm aggravated. I don't want to be touched. And I continue to tell him that when I don't feel loved or even wanted by him anymore, that's why I was breaking up with him, and it was easier for me to come to terms with it.
But she wanted to have babies with me.
Why are you interrupting?
Anyways, I have video clips of him literally coming at me, and not in
How
this
do you have a
situation
video clip of that?
because I was tired of always being the because the bad guy. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't have any other words
so
for
you
it.
took video in order to
of just us arguing because he would pace for an hour as I sat on a couch and he
But
just
what
yelled
made you?
at me.
Who was making you to be the jerk?
He was, because if we argued, it was always
So you
my
wanted
fault.
to be able to show it to him later?
Yeah, like look at how he
I want
reacts.
to see the video clip. I have to see the video clip.
So,
I've
but
never
in
had
this,
a video clip
in
of
this
the
video
argument.
clip, you
Okay.
can see that he's coming at me, and you could see me
hold on,
flail and how I would hit his knee.
I have an actual video clip of the event that
No, not
This isn't the day that.
Is it on that same day or a different day?
Different
totally
day,
different
similar
time.
situation. I sit on that couch every day.
Okay.
He paces.
Right, but you didn't. You didn't. But what happened when I was here and you went out, you just woke up, thought that I was at work. You thought that I was at work and you get off of me.
What this my face? I'm telling you, I don't like to be recorded.
I was home and you guys just went to Hooters and Kohl's and did your...
Okay, it would be better if this relationship did not resume. All right, now.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the People's Court. RV11 here. So, if you are with somebody, you give them the dog, but the dog you feel is being mistreated, can you take the dog back?
Yes.
Why so if you gave it back?
Well, you can see that the dog is being negligent.
Right, but then can you take it back if you've given it away?
Yes, if it's being mistreated and if you
Oh,
think...
you're scoffing.
No, you can't give back. You can't take the dog back.
Because?
Because you're too emotionally vested and you can't be trusted to make that decision.
I was hoping for a slightly different reasoning there, but we're going to go inside the courtroom.
Tell me about the event in question with the knee.
I was just telling him that I didn't want to be touched. I told him I didn't feel wanted or loved by him, and he just tries to bear hug me so I can't move. So I flail so he can't touch me, and I did not mean to hit him in his knee.
You're both describing the exact same, basically.
Yeah.
There's no difference in your explanations about what happened, which sounds
just
like
flailed,
it's
I
not an
didn't-
intentional injury to you. It sounds like you're coming to hug her, understandably, because you're trying to smooth the movement out, be a good boyfriend or whatever, and then she says, leave me alone, leave me alone. She kicks you 1-2 really quick. She wasn't like, I'm going to get your knee and your little dog too. You know, she's not trying to hurt you. She's trying to get you off her or whatever. So that sounds to me like an accident. So, and not something that's done. It's done because you come to her and try to hug her, and she tries to get you to stop taking her space and hugging her. She doesn't want to be hugged. So how is it that I turn around and then allow you to collect $3,000 from her because she was negligent towards you? How is this not just one of those
this
things?
Isn't just the first time I mean, there was another time that she was drinking and drunk, and I did not want to drink that night, and I laid down on the chair, and because I didn't want to drink with her, she punched me in the face, and her
Did
cousin...
you call the police?
The police were there, but I never got a report, and nothing ever happened.
Is there ever any evidence of...
The police, every time the police came, there was never any kind of... any report ever done. It was
because
just...
what? Because the police don't feel like it in your case, or because you guys never told the police that there was physical violence going on?
Because we are not going to just start getting people arrested for stuff if we're going to be fined 10 minutes later.
But there's reports done all the time. Is there any report that documents the physical violence that you're describing?
I have notarized letters here of people that actually lived with us before.
Guys, stop. I'm not getting into this. I have 2 calls to make right now. One is, what do we do with the dog? And the other is... do you get $3,000 for this scenario that the two of you have described? That's my job.
Your Honor,
okay? I don't want to disrespect the mothers. Other than giving me more flavor about how horrible the other person is there anything that either mother feels like any specific testimony about a specific event?
Yes.
Okay.
The day they brought Daisy home, they brought her to my house on my lawn, and they were playing with the dog, and I was afraid to ask, because I was, afraid it was going to turn out the way it did. I said, whose dog is it? She said to me, Matthew told me all the way home that it is his dog and his responsibility. That is exactly what she said to me.
He did say that before he threatened her life. And really quick...
Wait, I'm sorry. Did that happen, that what she described, that you're playing with the new dog?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that was agreed upon first before he started to abuse her and...
Okay. So if I understand what you're saying is it's his dog or it was his dog, but you don't feel it should be because you feel that he abuses a dog.
Right.
Mom, did you want to say anything?
A lot to say, but I won't.
Right.
I have witnessed Matt abuse the dog.
Okay.
He'd get mad at Sammy and then pick her up and throw her into his car and you hear her
We're done.
yell.
Everybody stop. We're done. I want everybody to listen to me. Don't fiddle with papers anymore because I'm going to rule. Okay, I don't want you to miss it.
Okay.
All right. Number 1. you basically admitted to me that this is not your dog. You gave the dog to him, and what you're saying to me is, Judge, I would be a better owner because he's a miserable owner of dogs. He's mean, and the people around him are mean to the dog.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's not how life works. This is his property. A dog is property. As much as we love our dogs, they're property. Okay? And if you want to complain that there's some animal cruelty going on, then file a report with the appropriate authorities for animal cruelty. Okay? Because I'm not going to make him give you the dog just because you say so. Okay? Because it's his dog. All right? 2, you want me to order her to pay you $3,000-something over an injury that basically, for me to order her to pay you, I would have to find she is at fault for. I do not find that she is at fault based on the facts that basically the two of you have said occurred. Okay? That she's crying, she doesn't want to be touched, you come in an effort. It's just one of those things, guys. Okay? Particularly with a pre-existing injury in the knee. That is not something I'm going to make her pay for. So on your counterclaim against her, 0. And on your claim against him for $500 or the return of the dog, he wins. That is my verdict. Good luck, folks. Move on.
Hold that right there, please.
So the defendant keeps the dog, but he doesn't win on his countersuit. However, what's your thought about this outcome here?
I definitely don't think that he deserves the dog. She should be mine, and it's just a bummer that I now have to get another dog, even though I had raised her, and he just gets to keep her. So.
And you'll get yourself another dog and just move on?
Absolutely.
All right, fine. All right.
Thank you.
That's the way to move on. Okay, so step on in here. All right, so Daisy's yours.
Yes. I love my dog to death. I'm just so happy this is over. It's better that this whole relationship was over. It really sucked the life out of me, and I honestly haven't been happier since I've not been with her.
Now that this is over, it's a load off your
so
shoulders.
Happy. Oh my God. I mean, if my dog would have been taken from me, I wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Well, it wasn't. You got Daisy.
Yeah.
Harvey?
Okay, I will play Dr. Phil for a second. These two litigants need to be as far apart from each other as possible. They are together toxic. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.